I love summer. I love not having to wear a coat all the time. I love not being cold. I love not having to wear tights all the time. I love getting to wear my sunglasses without people looking at me funny. I wear my sunglasses year round because I'm kind of sensitive to the light. Like a vampire! I like eating ice cream. I like walking around outside. I love the fact that the days are longer. I love the fact that the sky is bluer. I love being able to sit outside, have a drink. I love being able to eat outside. I just love the whole thing. If it gets really, really hot, then I'm uncomfortable like everybody else, and I wish it was a little bit cooler, but generally I'm very glad, I'm very grateful, I'm very happy when it's summer. Unfortunately, it seems like we're coming to the end of summer this year in the UK. In the last couple of weeks it's got a lot colder and more miserable looking. Right now the sun is shining and it looks very nice, but I know it's chilly. I can feel it's chilly and I'm indoors. I've had to give up walking around with no tights on, and I don't fancy an ice cream 5 times a day, and I'm sad because it feels like it wasn't long enough. And I'm sure all the summer haters out there will be like, it was weeks and weeks of stifling heat, but it wasn't enough for me. I want more. So, as with most things, I have decided to turn to books to cheer myself up and to make me feel like the summer is still continuing, even though quite possibly it's not, or we might get what usually happens, which is like at the start of September we get another week of sunshine and then it plummets back down to being cold. I love books set during the summer. It's quite funny because I think I slightly prefer books set during school time because I like how the structure of the school day and just school life in general provides a good framework for plot. But I really like books where people do something different in their summer, and how this sets them on a course of self-exploration and all that kind of thing. So I thought I'd talk about some of the books I've enjoyed in the past and books that I am looking forward to reading soon. First up, Love and Other Four-Letter Words by Carolyn Mackler. This is about a girl whose parents have decided to have a trial separation during the summer, and her mum go to New York City. There's romance and there's dogs. It's great. That Summer by Sarah Dessen is not my favourite Sarah Dessen book. I liked it, but it kind of didn't meet my expectations. It's kind of strange. It's about a girl called Haven. Her parents are split up and her dad's getting married again, and her sister is also getting married in the same summer, and she has various feelings about that, and then one of her sister's exes comes back into town and she starts hanging out with him. And it's strange because I kind of thought that it was about one thing, but it turned out to be about another thing. It just didn't entirely flow, in my opinion, but I still really liked it because Sarah Dessen is a very powerful writer, and she writes about the ordinary lives of people in such a brilliant way. She writes about characters finding themselves and deciding who they want to be, and she's incredibly good at that. We Were Liars by E. Lockhart I read only recently. It came out this year. I won't tell you too much about it, but the main character spends her summers on a private island with her family, so it does have this whole kind of summer holiday from reality atmosphere to it, and I really enjoyed it. Next up I'm going to talk about Festival by David Belbin, which is set at Glastonbury Festival, and it's about a group of people and how their lives intermingle while they're at the festival. It's kind of dated because it was written in 2001, and so people don't have mobile phones really, and they don't have the same kind of setup at Glastonbury. Like, people jump the fence, which I'm pretty sure there's no way in hell you can do nowadays. The security at that place is so tight, but this is back in 2001 and things were different. It made me think that we need more books set during festivals. If you know of any, let me know. And that's kind of a nice intro to the Diary of a Crush series by Sarah Manning, which, if you've read my blog ever or seen my Twitter ever, or anything, you'll know that I love completely. In the second and the third books, the main events take place during the summer. The second features a trip to a music festival. Again, we need more of those in books. And the third features a summer-long road trip around the USA. The next book I'm going to talk about is Jessie Hart's NYC by Kerry Stainton. I don't have a copy of that, I borrowed it from the library. Again, it's one I've read recently. It's about a girl called Jessie and her best friend who go on holiday to New York City on the stay of Jessie's mum, who's a playwright, and there's all kinds of family drama and romantic drama, and it's a really fun read. There's some other books which I like to read in the summer. I won't go into too much detail here because they featured in my 5 books featuring romances that I really love video. Last Chance by Sarah Desson, Empress of the World by Sarah Ryan, and Fiesta by Kate Cann. Kate Cann has actually written 4 books about girls going off and having summer adventures. They've all been published under multiple titles, so the best thing for you to do is to go onto Kate Cann's website, katecann.com, and take a look at her book section. It's pretty obvious from the covers which ones are her summer holiday books. I've read all of them and I really like them. The one I mentioned in the romance books video is my favourite, Fiesta. One summer book I'm really looking forward to reading is Blue by Lisa Glass, which is about surfing and romance, and it's set in the UK, in Newquay I believe, which is somewhere I've actually been. I went there a couple of years ago on holiday with my family. So I can't wait to read that and find out what it's all about and see if I recognise any of the places mentioned. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, and subscribe to Bookish Brits if you haven't already. And you'll see me in a couple of weeks. Bye!